Oh my god. Today's one of those days where my mic decides to not work again. Hello guys, good morning. Hello. I was saying how it's a really early stretch and hydrate routine, but at the same time I needed it because I just woke up and I haven't stretched or hydrated. Oh my god, wait, hold on, let me close the door properly. So what's happening is that I have the windows open. It's really stuffy in this room. The door doesn't like it because it's windy, so it keeps like slamming shut. Yeah, I love jogging to the void. I do it all the time. Every single day. It's like you guys are just a figment of my imagination. You guys don't exist. You guys are just things that I've made up in my head, and every day I wake up at 9:30 a.m. and I talk to myself for like 2 hours. What? How is the Ark? Hey Zach. I'm good. I'm tired. I didn't have breakfast this morning. I slept at like 2 last night. This is bad. Don't sleep at 2. Don't sleep at 2. Sleep with like, you know, regular times, at regular person schedules. I'm still trying to set up my tablet and everything. Whoa, what the hell's happening here? Okay. Oh. Was I not charging my iPad last night? Well, it's sitting at 24%, right? It was plugged in, but I guess it wasn't plugged into the wall. Whatever. We still have some battery left in here. So I think that's good. How do I do this again? Oh, I haven't done art streams in so long. I forgot how to do this. Okay, so first we open up our projector thing. There you go. Oko Gadget extension cord. If only I had one. I actually don't have an extension cord. And then we find it. Do I have to take a picture of it? What art is Ark arting? I don't know. I've got like 7 commissions lined up for that I gotta finish this month. So I'm like thinking about, I'm like, should I do commissions or do I just do something else? Here's the thing, when I do commissions, I'm like, I have to go super locked in, and so I can't read chat. Which is why I haven't done art streams in a while, because I'm like, I can't read your messages. I have no idea what the hell everyone's saying. I mean, even today, it's gonna be really difficult to read messages because my art is on a different screen entirely. So in order to read messages, I would have to like look in a different direction outside of, you know, my main monitor for today, which is gonna be art. Yeah, art! Yay, art! Do what you feel is best. I think I'm just gonna rely on my ADHD brain, and whatever it wants me to do, I will do it. So maybe I'll do like a few, like I'll start on a few commissions and then I'll work on like existing ones, and then maybe perhaps I'll do like, I'll start on a personal drawing, and hopefully I can get like one thing done today, this morning, and which means I have to do one of them, either a doodle commission, or I work on a personal drawing. So those two are for sure. It's not recognizing. It's not recognizing the fact that I've got an application open, and there's a QR code on the screen, and can't see it. What? Is it gonna work? Oh, it's because it's on video. Ah, there we go. Okay. I see. Sorry. Smacking the mic and stuff. What is going on? If you guys are wondering what the hell I'm doing right now, I'm trying to connect my iPad to my computer. But it's not working. I'm like shoving shit. This is... Oh, there we go. Okay. We're all set, are you sure? I don't see anything happening. It's probably because there's an update or something on the application. And then all of my settings reset, so it didn't recognize it anymore. What do you use to draw? An iPad. An iPad Pro 12.9 inch. Draw Yuri Trust? No, that's gonna take too long because it's like drawing 2 characters. And then like trying to draw a couple poses are one of the most difficult things you can do because you're like, they have to touch. So it's, unless they're just staring at each other from across the room. Some random art as a warm-up would be nice. Yeah, I think so. But now it's like, well, what's the random art? What if I just draw furries? Let's open up a whole new canvas. And then I'll move over to the drawing screen. And it says I'm BRB, but I'm not. Here we are. Back from bird feeding. Time to lurk. Enjoy cozy stream. Thanks, Cube. Okay. Maybe I will take a look at some of my commissions right now. So I'm just gonna be doing a little bit of reading that I cannot read out loud. So what have we got here? Okay, there's only like 5 pages of reading I have to do here, which isn't too much, I don't think. Okay, this person is a bass player. Is this just gonna be a half body? Whatever. It's a doodle request anyway. Maybe I'll draw the base in later. Okay. Do we have music? We do. Redeems are disabled? Yeah, because I can't see them. They were disabled since yesterday, but I don't have my earbuds plugged in. I can't see them. I'm gonna be really freaking late to them. So probably no redeems today. We can do like comfy mode, or all the auto ones maybe I can turn on. But otherwise, actually they're all pretty much auto. Wait, they're all auto. Wait, I might be stupid. Okay. Let's just bring them all back on. Reading mode. Here's comfy mode. Here's the bonk. Okay, I think that's all of them, right? Who's the fellow being drawn right now? Just a commission. A client. I don't know who this is. It's a gift. I think most of my commissions this month are like Christmas gifts. And it's not gonna be like a full fleshed out commission. I probably won't be posting this. There's a few commissions I probably won't be posting for this month. And it's more of like a doodle commission than it is like an actual full-fledged commission. So it's not gonna be perfect, and I'm just gonna make it as simplified as possible. Drew everything on the wrong way here. This sucks. We're gonna put these two on a different... And sorry, I'm gonna have to apologize again. I can't see chat. I cannot see you guys, so I will be super late to replying to messages. It's just how it is. For art streams. It's probably better that I make this chibi because it is small. I heard you under the weather. You okay? I'm fine. I'm always like this. I'm always coughing. Every time when I'm not. Just recently, I haven't been coughing. It's arched eyebrows? Medium arch. Oh, how specific. This needs to go a lot faster. I refuse to spend this much time on it. And let's make it a little messier. Who cares? Because it's not meant to be a full commission anyway. Cut, paste. Cut, paste. Hi, Lorian. Welcome in. Oh, my cat's trying to leave. You know, he's cool because he plays the bass, but he's not as recognized as the lead singer. He's a little mysterious. That's how it is with bass players. I feel like there's been like a rising fascination with bass players in the past few years. I feel like most people back then were always like going, oh, the lead guitarist is so freaking cool, the lead singer is so cool, but now it's like bass as a bass player. Okay. What if I were to just do, two poses? Hi Ace, welcome in. So maybe one with the bass down, one with bass up. No, that wouldn't make sense. Oh, that's a very specific bass, okay. Guitar? Do this. Turn my head sideways. How does this look like? I should just do this. That's a really thick neck, whatever. Is it usually skinnier? I feel like it is. Okay, that's one. Flip it. Thank you for the gifted subs. Oh my god. Yippee! Hello, hello. Welcome in. Oh, the dog outside is barking. Okay, let's save this as is there even a name for this guy? John. John Basis. I'm gonna have to close this so you guys don't see my files. Where is it? John Baseman. Okay. Hi Dad, welcome in. Time for a small break. Time to sip on some coffee. Hi Era. Yeah, art. Maybe I should pin a message. Maybe I should write. Sorry, we'll be slow with reading chat. Can't see messages. There you go. All right, time for how many eye expressions are there? Actually, this is face 1. Let's just fill in the body colors. What is this? Whatever. I'll just redraw it. Johnny Silverhand, kind of. Maybe. Hi Joker, welcome in. I actually need to color select from a file, so maybe not. Maybe not today. Maybe not this one. Let's start in another commission too, so we can just start on all of them. Let's start on all of them. I will shove this one under work in progress. I guess we can work on this one as well. Oh, this one's really cute. Okay. And what's the ratio that I put down? I don't think I wrote anything. Whatever. We'll figure it out later. Two revolvers. What revolver? Is there a gun somewhere? Oh. Oh. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. Let me just double check. Oh, it's on Discord. Actually, let's take a break from commissions. What do you guys want me to draw? Ah! I'm gonna close the windows. You want Don Quixote? Don Quixote. Let's look up some references. You want the original Don Quixote? The old man? Do you want Sancho? I kind of like the... I kind of like Synced On. Stardew inspired draw. A mecha. I think mecha's good. I haven't drawn mecha in a long time. What if I were to draw a little bit of fan art? What do you want? What do you want, somebody? You want food? Okay. I've only drawn this mecha like one time in my life, and it was like the most difficult thing I've ever drawn, and I never got to render it. So let's try it again. He said Limbus Dawn wearing the outfit from the play. Which one is that one? The blue one? Arc in free run funny angle? I know exactly what you're talking about. That's a lot of requests. I want to draw something simple. This is supposed to be a break in between commissions. Stardew inspired. Draw. A Canto 7 play. Yeah, I'll just do like a few doodles on here for you guys. Don Quixote, Canto 7, play. Is that the one where she's in like full armor? It is, isn't it? I don't know what her like armored gauntlets look like. I'll just give her pauldrons. There we go, that's Dawn. Let's move some of the arms. Arm placements are funky. And move one eye down just a little bit. Okay, now she's like telling her stories. There she is, and let's do a little bit of coloring too. Oh, she's really pale. There we go. Does Donkey look to have like gold eyes? Or they're golden colored, right? Yeah. Yellow eyes. I'm guessing she has arm bracers. Let's give those ones to her. We never do line art anymore because I hate line art so much, so I just draw over. I draw over everything. That's why my art looks so messy all the time. And then we slowly shape things from here. That's a Dawn face if I've ever seen one. It glows red sometimes. Hi, Kay. This is actually not how I approach commissions. For commission work, I actually do line art because a lot of people prefer when lines are cleaner because they're using it for stuff. So I actually do line art when it comes to doing other people's art. That's why they take so long, because I don't like doing line art. Line art is one of the most like difficult things that you can do because you're like, oh, look at this. Like, I could easily just go, whoop, let me just draw a single line here and it'll look fine. But like with line art, every single line has to be super deliberate. So if you guys are ever wondering why I'm taking so long with the commission, it's because I'm struggling with like deliberate lines. Versus something like this is just easy sketch. How the hell do pauldrons work? What is arm? Oh, so it's... I think I get it. And then the armor goes on top of the fingers usually, and there's like one piece that goes here and another piece that goes there. Like this. Usually. Hi, Harness. Dawn Quixote from Limbus Company, yeah. I was taking a small request because I'm taking a break from just doing commissions. Just doing this for fun. And a brown color, perhaps? Like, you know, like the leather under bracers, whatever they're called. Bracers? She's got some like white cloth sleeves with red stripes. If you don't know how to do fabric and draw fabric, just draw a whole bunch of triangles. That's my tips and tricks for the day. The art, tricks, tips and tricks. Just draw triangles. You can never go wrong with triangles. I don't know what the heck's happening here. Is this Don Quixote? This is Don. Perhaps. More triangles. That's why taking the reference sheet is... Yeah, you want to see what it looks like, guys? I'm probably not gonna post this anywhere, but this is the one that I'm working on. This one? Like, you have to be able to tell exactly what everything is, which is why, like, every time I'm working on a reference sheet like this, like a big one, I have to make sure that all the lines are like exactly where they need to be. Are you Final Fantasy 14 enjoyer? I am, yeah, but I haven't played Dawn Trail yet. I haven't done Dawn Trail. Dawn Trail, I heard, is an expansion that I should play eventually, but like, I think I would need, like more world building and more lore in order to really enjoy it. That's you? That's not me. No. All of these are commissions that I'm doing. This is Oto. I'll let him post it because I think he's gonna make a model out of this. This is me. I did this one last night. This one took like an hour, 55 minutes. You guys can sort of see. Hold on. See, you guys can see how long things take me now. Like I realized someone mentioned that you can just go in under information and check the work time, and I'm like, oh, okay. So this one took like an hour 55 minutes because everything is like super messy. Like if I were to zoom in, I just like place colors on where I think would look okay and then just be done with it. For this one, it's like 12 hours and 53 minutes. And like it counts active time only, so like it only starts recording when you actually place the brush down. This one's been insane. And usually when I do half body, full body commissions too, it's not as messy as this. So like for art like this, I can put out almost every day because I'm like, okay, I'll just spend like 2 hours on personal artwork and then just post it on Twitter or something. Whereas for commissions, I'm like, oh man, this is gonna take me a while. Because I'm pretty sure most people don't really like sketchy artwork when it comes to their own personal artwork. It just so happens that like I mostly do messy styles. You love my messy style? Thanks. I don't know if you noticed this, but everyone who's commissioned me, like if you look at all of your commissions, it's mostly not messy. A lot of the work that gets put into it is just to clean up. It's like whatever I'm doing right now. It's like drawing, coloring over things, and making sure that you know exactly where the lines are, where all the objects start and end and finish and show up. Something about line clarity. I don't know. It's why I think that's the reason why I don't really work on commissions on stream, because I can't concentrate. I'm like, I need this line to go exactly where I want it, and then I put in my entire focus on, I lock in, or I get super distracted and I get no work done, and it turns into a just chatting stream. And I'm like, at that point, I'm like, I might as well just have it just chatting. I don't remember what the lines look like. Oh, they're just like straight lines. Okay. There she is. Let's put like little stars in her eyes. You can't see them. Let's make her eyes super sparkly. Because what is dawn without super sparkly eyes? There she is. I just realized that one hand has no armor and the other one does. There. Good enough. Merge all of this together. It's a rough Don Quixote. It's like a little off the proportions. I always just easily fix it with some good old liquefy. If you guys want a secret, and you want to make really funky glow on armor, just use the glow dodge layer. This doesn't need glow here. But I always like to use this one because it just makes everything super shiny. Okay, time for a stretch. Don't I'm about to tell you a 1,000-page story of an obscure fixer from 100 years ago. Yeah. She is. She has that look to her. An ear on the side. Would you recommend any tutorials in getting Clip Studio Paint set up or just trial and error until you get layout that's good for you? Personally, I always just do trial and error. Cause usually it's personalized, like the way that you hold your pen, the way where your brain works. Cause for me, I'm like, oh, I like it when everything is within, everything I really need is within on my right hand side, cause I don't use a keyboard. So I can access it, like for example my brushes or brush size, right? Versus some other people use a keyboard, so their placement might be different. There's also some other like brush window, I don't know where mine went, but you can adjust it there as well. So like it really depends what you like. I don't like using that one because my palm always touches it and then it like readjusts my brush size in the middle of me painting, and then it pisses me off. So like yeah, hand placement really matters as well. Go off, queen. Alright. Her eyes are like off. Her eyes are like not like this. Small adjustments. I gotta make it so everything is proportionate. I don't want to turn her into a chameleon. Into a lizard with eyes going off in different places, which is what it's doing right now. There we go. Maybe this is slightly better. Just slightly. Just slightly. Add a normal layer. Add some reflection and then turn it down. Some people like to use purple. I know what to do. Because this iris is too circular. Oops. There we go. Make it more oval. There we go. Now things are looking a bit more proportionate. And if we want, we can give her a little, like, blushy blush. Just now she's getting really excited about her story. Dawn? You like the way I drew Dawn? Thank you. I've never drawn Dawn this way before. I think I've actually only drawn Dawn one time. I'm kind of satisfied with this. Actually, art streams like this aren't bad, where I'm not like super locked in and super concentrated. What was the other thing that you guys wanted me to draw? I'm at work, just dropping by. Have a good morning. Your art is amazing as well. Thank you. Let's go, I'm gonna scroll up a little bit. Draw Pikachu from memory. Okay. I used to, when I was a small dragon, I used to draw a lot of Pikachus. So, do you guys want Chonkachu? He's like a bean, from what I remember. Chonkachu was just a bean. And he had like little itty bitty arms. It was like this. And he's got funny cheeks. Looks like this. And then these like weird beady eyes. His forehead's not that big, is it? And then here's good old Chonkachu from back in the day. I think his body's too long, guys. There we go. There he is. Shall we render him too? Give him a little tuft of hair. I live with like a bajillion Pikachus. I have a whole bunch of Pikachus sitting on my shelf right now. A lot of limited edition Pikachus. My housemate really likes Pikachus. There we go. Salty Slice, hello, welcome in. Thank you, Thinthel. Welcome in. Tail stripe. Shit. Is it at the top or was it the bottom? I think it was like down. I think it was down here. Yeah, it was down here. There we go. Let's drag him a little higher. His eyes are a little too beady. I swear they were bigger. They're slightly bigger. But only slightly. Like that. Okay, this guy deserves a render. Let's render him. Easy fill tool. And then we add a overlay layer. Actually, there we go. Make him super bright in the areas that we want. And then add some shadows. Let's do this. Add some shadows of here, but oh, we're still in multiply. Why is his arm so small? Has he always been like this? It's tiny, tiny hands? Let's make these more red. And they do like puff out a little bit. There we go. And we don't forget the browns. This is barely a brown, it's like a red brown. Whatever. Works. He looks like he ate like 5 meals. I'm pretty sure Pikachu didn't look like this. But this is what I remember him by. You guys did say draw him by memory. He doesn't have eyebrows, does he? Does he have eyebrows? Did he have eyebrows? It did from the original Pokemon card. I remember in the original Pokemon card, his face was very long. Like it was elongated. Sorry, I just wanted to draw some reflective light. This is what happens when I go back to my own artwork and I go, okay, let me just... There's some things I want to fix. Okay. There's Pikachu. Hi, Shiro. Welcome in. Thank you for the 9 months of support, Ube. How was your TFT games yesterday? Or unless you're not here anymore. Goodbye, Ube. Thanks for the head pat. Okay, scrolling up. Would you eat a Goonhog or a Gat, a Yuri DDLC? What does that mean? What does that mean? Draw yourself petting a doggo. I actually haven't drawn a dog before. I have no idea how to draw a dog. I've drawn like furry dogs, but I haven't drawn like an actual dog. Scrolling all the way back up, someone said Watch your language, Ark. Its neck. What do you mean by that? Draw Torgal, Shiba would be nice. What if I were to draw Torgal? Sanalite? Sana's mascot? It's a bread dog. Arky the Pimu. What happened to one of his eyebrows? It disappeared. No. I want to draw Hachiwari. If I were to draw Hachiwari as a dog. What if we humanified Torgal? What if we made Torgal into a person? What would Torgal look like? You are a P-Moon fan. Hi, Yua. Yeah. Let's see. Torgal. From Final Fantasy 16. They'll be pretty naked. I swear Torgal had armor of some sort, but he just has bracers, like arm guards. And I don't want to draw full body right now. Wait, you can get Torgal as a mount in Final Fantasy 14? I didn't know that. I haven't touched that game in 2 years. I feel like Torgal would just look like Clive. Torgal literally is just Clive, guys. He's just Clive. There is like... He's got the same like scruffy hair. Do you think he would look more like an old man though? Clive but not sad. Clive but bluish. Don't relapse. I only play Final Fantasy for the story nowadays. I don't like raiding. I don't like endgame content. I'm not an endgame content enjoyer. I don't like savage raids. I don't like doing alliance raids. I don't like waiting. I don't like getting mad, and I don't like seeing people get mad. I think that's the reason. MMORPG communities can get quite toxic at times. There are times when it's not, of course, but like I'd rather just avoid it in general. Okay, let's draw some let's draw a dog man. Let's draw a dog with... No, let's draw a man with dog ears. What about decorating housing in FF14? It's okay, but then you gotta get into crafting because otherwise you're just purchasing things off the market board, but I am broke. Like, I have no money. And crafting is one of the most boring, mundane tasks you can ever do in MMORPGs. Gathering and crafting. A man with dog ears, so Inuyasha. Inuyasha was like one of my first anime crushes. What if we were to draw Inuyasha? I haven't like seen this guy in forever. Maybe let's draw Inuyasha. Let's give this space to him. Let's give him... What would Inuyasha... What is Inuyasha like? Inuyasha's got a funny sword. He's got a tooth, What is his dad again? A giant dog? A giant tooth for a sword. That's been turned into a blade. And his brother Seishomaru has the other healing sword. I'm catching myself singing the theme song, the opening theme song of Inuyasha in my head. Ba, 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 da, 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 da. Like, I kind of want him to use his sword. Nah, we don't draw a sword today. We just draw a dog. What if we draw like... What if we draw some Guna art? You think that would work? Where's Nico when you need him? What if we draw some man titties? Zenitsu and Pikachu fusion? Good. Yeah, I should put those back in your shirt. What does his hair look like? Oh, he's just got a lot of bangs. Cities. And these are Inuyasha titties. We might as well have him hold onto a weapon. But then you would cover the titties. Never mind. No weapon holding. I didn't realize how big Inuyasha's eyes were. We're gonna make them smaller though. There we go. Shall we do some coloring? Move him down. Just a bit. Actually, no, let's draw more cloth. Guy deserves some cloth. Say, what does he look like? I need like an official drawing. How does this work? How does his shirt work? It's kind of weird. Because he's got like a second shirt over, like a second cloth over everything else. It's almost like an Omiyoji uniform, but not really. And then okay, let's just see how this goes. Should I make his hair fly everywhere? Make it more cinematic? He can be a slut and he can farm aura all at the same time. Okay. Alright, let's do this. Inuyasha, what do you look like? Inuyasha, what are your colors? A bigger brush. Inuyasha with his titties out. Oops. My iPad's about to die soon. We're gonna have to turn this into a just chatting. It doesn't feel right, guys. I feel like this feels off. Not like art-wise, but it just feels weird seeing Inuyasha with his like titties out. Strange. Let's draw over this. Bigger brush. Bigger. He's got really tiny ears, I just realized. And then who's this? Who is this man? Hey Ark, the bartenders at the bar asking for your drinks. Are they permanently on your menu now? Until you run out of ingredients? I'm glad that you're using them. That you're using the recipe. That makes me happy. I can't really make it myself. Should the light go from like underneath? Perhaps. Yeah, maybe. Maybe this will work. Menacing. And what's even more menacing when he's got like hair covering his eyes. You know who screams like women's names a lot? Friggin' Kenshin. I remember watching the live action. The amount of times he screamed, what's her name? Kaide's name is insane. Should he open his mouth? He's got some like super sharp teeth. And I kinda would like to show that. Show them your teeth, Inuyasha. There we go. Let's make this slightly higher. So I'm just gonna merge everything into one layer and just draw over things. There we go. Oops. I kind of like it when his mouth is closed, actually. Too late now. Inuyasha. Is it Inuyasha? Yeah. Because he got that dog in him. Is he always grinning? Because he's super cocky? Yeah, he is. This is more of a Seishomaru pose rather than Inuyasha one. This is like what Seishomaru would do with his titties out, because Seishomaru is like the bigger whore as well. Ignore the fact that I called him that. I'm sorry for disrespecting Seishomaru. If he heard that, he'd probably kill me. It's just the type of dude he is. For a second, I was like, wait, is he a dude? Yeah, he is. He's like a dude yokai. Let's fix the eyes. Because the eyes are the window to the soul. I almost gave him lashes out of habit. Long, very, very long lashes. What color is his eyes? Anime. It did floor me when Seishunryu transformed for the first time inside their dad's body. What? Wait, did that happen? They're gold colored. It's like Don Quixote. Just like Don. And he doesn't have sharp eyes or sharp pupils, but I'm gonna give them to him because... What if this is like the phase where he turns into his super yokai form? He's got those like red scleras. And he's got like the purple marks on his face. Forgot how it goes. Kinda like this. Hi, Calm Storm. Welcome in. Why is his pupil so small? Whatever. Doesn't matter. How does this look like? The purple pieces. Something like this. Or do some like really fun hair rendering. Spend extra long on this. So light comes from the bottom. So we gotta make sure that there's the bottom parts that are lit up and the top parts are dark. Concealed. No, we're not gonna spend that long on this. It's just Inuyasha. Speaking of old anime, I want to finish watching Detective Conan. I love Detective Conan. There's a lot of fillers though. But it's one of my comfy shows. I still find it amazing that in every single episode, Conan finds like some dead body. So like, think about this. This guy's like freaking 10 years old. Every day he sees a new dead body. He's probably seen a dead body like at least 3 times a day, because this show has been going on for what, I think it's on like 800, 900, 1000 episodes now, and he hasn't aged, at least not that much, I don't think. So it's like dead bodies just drop from the sky for this 10-year-old kid. It's like he's a Grim Reaper or something. Never want to be him. Don't you think people would get really suspicious? They'd be like, how come every time I see you, you're reporting about a dead body? Or you're like at the scene of the crime. Always. Why are you always there? You just so happen to run into the scene of a crime. Like, no one even summoned you here. I'm not doing Inuyasha's titties justice. We haven't been so focused on his hair. I wasn't even looking at his boobs. Good enough. Whatever. This is Inuyasha about to kill you, but his clothes are falling off in the middle of it. Anime. There's something about like old anime where all the girls' clothes always fly off. It's like, you know, they're in a battle scene, right? And like a sword flies towards them or something, and you expect them to like stab the sword to stab the female character, but no, like her clothes just get ripped off, and it's like, what? There's not even a drop of blood? Okay, sure, whatever. I'll just deal with it. I'm doing the exact same thing to Inuyasha right now, so I can't complain. I spent so long on this guy. This is supposed to be a doodle. What happened? It happens to all the guys too. Like in Dragon Ball? I guess I never noticed. I didn't watch the last Signalist stream. What did you think of it overall? I think my favorite part about Signalist is the storytelling. Because all the storytelling is done through just documents and like little drops of lore in the papers that you find. And it's not really like a single person telling a story. It's kind of like you kind of piece together as a player. You get to piece together whatever's happening in the facility, in the place that they're living in. So what I appreciate about the game is the fact that they don't treat the players as if they're, you know, 5-year-old kids. And they're like, we know that the players are smart enough to grab everything that we've thrown at them and like conjure or come up with a theory of what the story is, And even at the very end, for me, it was like a little bit confusing, so I found myself going on Reddit or other places to like look for what other people have said about the story. And I think in that sense it brings the community together too. Because you have like theory crafters coming together going like, I think this is what the story's about. And people talking about it. It makes you think. This is why I love like narrative story games. Because by the time you come out of the game, like you're done playing it, right? You're thinking about it. You think about it for days. And it doesn't just end. And I think that's what keeps games going for a long time. Like, Signalis has been out and done for a while now, right? But I still see people talk about it. Whereas there are some games with like a lack of story, I guess, and you kind of just be done with it and that's it. There's not really a community for it. Or there's barely a community for it. Like everyone can conclude that, yeah, it's a good game. And then they would forget about it the next day. You have a cute voice? Thank you. You must watch full retrospective on Signalis. I watched a few videos of it. I watched all of the endings. I think that once you get what Signalis is about, it's pretty self-explanatory afterwards. But like coming out of the game as you like just finish it, it is a little bit confusing. Which I love. I love that about it. I know that another game that people have been talking about a lot is Expedition 33, which is probably winning the Game Awards from what I've seen, from what people have said. I don't like this lighting. Let's get rid of all of it. Yeah, just a little bit's good. Not too much. Maybe one day. Either I play it or I watch someone stream it. Maybe I should just watch some VODs. Guys, one of my favorite streamers have streamed the game. I should just watch them play it. I like avoided all of their Expedition 33 streams because I was like, what if I want to play it myself? But now that I think about it, I think I'm going to enjoy it a lot more watching someone play it rather than like playing it myself. I'm just like that type of person. Inuyasha. Inuyasha's got some droopy boobs. It's just a shirt, guys. I swear. I swear it's just a shirt that's droopy. There's nothing in them but titties. They're like up there instead. Just the way I'm drawing folds. Okay, hold on. Gotta do this instead. I don't know if this helps much. But at least the perspective is better. There we go. Hopefully, maybe. I don't think this angle works with boobies. Actually, maybe it does. I'm just stupid. Maybe. Whatever, let's just ignore it. Let's draw something else. I've been spending way too long on drawing Inuyasha. This was not what I wanted to do, guys. I didn't mean to spend so long on drawing Inuyasha titties. Hi Nero, welcome in. Very relaxing and chill stream, I'm glad. I want all of my streams to be like this. For me, I'm not the type of person that likes noise. I think noise and sound, big loud noises give me anxiety. So I myself, I prefer something that's more quiet. Like, become the streamer you want to watch, kind of thing, right? Whatever. Alright, get a random stray hair. Whoa! Okay. Well, it looks like my iPad died. That's it, guys. No more art. Let's go over here. Whoa! This will just be just chatting. Until then. Okay, where did I go? Hi. iPad couldn't. Okay, we're gonna have to charge that. So that was our first art stream in like 500 years. Do we want more art streams? Do we want less art streams? We want the same amount of art streams? Once a week art streams? 1 billion. There's so much dead air though, because I don't really talk and I can't read messages. But as long as you guys are okay with that. I kind of just yap to myself. Yes. Once a week sounds good. Okay, once a week it is. So in the beginning when I was working on... I'm doing a little review of the stream right now. Or a little recap of what I felt. Because it's been a while. There's a reason why I stopped doing art streams, but... In the beginning when I was doing commissions, I was like, I couldn't focus. Because I think there was a lot of like going back and forth between references, client references, and my own art, and then reading things, and then making sure that everything that I get is correct, and then making sure all the lines are correct. But I think with just random doodles of everything, like drawing Pikachu and drawing Dawn and drawing Inuyasha, I think it's fine. I spend like 30 minutes doing each doodle. It would take once a week it is. Watching me work, it's barely work. It's just me like drawing. It's just me doodling. I was gonna do some studies, but I was like, nah, studies take some work too. I was wondering, should I start with using camera to take pictures like the Inherit Nikon D5-100? I'm not a photographer, so I have no idea, but if you ever want to get into a hobby, I say photography is always a good one. I think photography teaches you a lot about things, not in real life, but I guess things like appreciating color, appreciating composition, appreciating just things in general. Because you don't think about it, you're like, oh, it's just an object. But from a photographer's perspective, you're like, oh yes, this is an object that has like a lot of, you know, like the production of it is really good or not. That doesn't make any sense. Like I'm looking at a Pikachu on my desk right now, right? And I'm like, wow, they put a lot of effort into making sure that the tail it's not flying everywhere, because the one that I have right now, it's like the entire tail is stuck to its body. And then all of the seam lines are placed where they are. And then as a photographer, you're like, let me see how I can capture that, right? Capture how it's made. And same with like nature and stuff. It's like, let me capture how this flower looks, where it's positioned, the colors and everything, and then you start appreciating that aspect of it a lot more. Whereas if you're just a regular enjoyer of flowers, you're like, oh yes, it's a flower. I saw some of you guys on Discord talk about how you can't really imagine like an apple in your head. Like an apple is just, for you, it's just, you just think of the word apple. But I think once you start getting into like arts, visual arts, photography, painting, art in general, you start being able to picture exactly like, oh, where does the lighting go? How red should the apple be? Like, where should I put all the red parts? And then that's when you can start visualizing things in your head. I think that's a cool superpower of some sort. If you guys are ever thinking about picking up a creative hobby, it's something that you can consider. I guess it's not just art and stuff, but like other hobbies as well, like writing or music. This is like what someone's told me, so a music producer. I forgot if it was Kagu or not, but it was someone who said once they got into music, they're able to like start picking up sounds that they never thought they could hear or were able to hear before, right? So by listening to a piece, they're like, oh yeah, now I know what the guitar is doing. Now I can actually hear the guitar. I can pick up the guitar parts and just listen to it individually. Whereas for me, it's a lot harder to do because I listen to a piece as like a whole, right? Like whenever I listen to music, I go, what does it sound like together? But I never am able to pick out an individual part, an instrument of a piece, and just analyze it. It's really difficult for me. Like before, I was able to do it a bit more because I've done music theory before, and I guess in music classes they made us analyze like Mozart and stuff, like the individual classical music or instruments. But these days I feel it because I haven't touched music theory or like music analysis in like, I don't know, over a decade. So it's getting, for me, I've lost the ability to do that. You play guitar? No, I sing. I used to play piano, and then I guess in my school we had to like major in certain subjects. So I majored in music, and a part of our final thesis was performance art, and we had to take lessons for a single instrument, and like oftentimes would be performing it on stage in front of like the entire school. And so I decided to go, instead of playing piano, because I was like, well, already got, my class is pretty small, by the way. My music class was like, I don't know, like 10 people. We've got like 3 pianists already. We had a violinist, we had a rapper, we had a few guitarists actually, but like no singer. So I was like, let me take up singing instead, just because like, not because I wanted to be different, but because like I actually really like singing. And so I took opera classes, classical singing lessons. I took like classes for different styles of singing. I did a lot of Chinese opera too. That was fun. Yeah, and so I majored in like performative singing, performance stage singing. And I did musicals and whatnot. Yeah, but it was only like 2-3 years of lessons. But everything else was just me trying to like polish my singing techniques later on. That was like over a decade ago. That was years and years ago. Did you see something? So you did something like Millie music? No, not really. Millie music's different. I think Millie, the band, they're focused on, I mean, kind of. Because Millie does also, they also perform as a band. I didn't perform as a band. I performed as a solo singer. Eventually, like after I graduated, I did join a band. We never debuted though. We just jammed in some guy's garage basement garage. But then like, I don't know if you, it's kind of like having, or whatever you see on the internet or online or rumors about like bands never always starting drama, and that's like what happened to my band. We just had a lot of drama with my band. Nobody liked the guitarist. I really tried to get along with him, but I hate his playstyle in a way where he's like, there's something about guitar players, guys. I don't know what it is, but maybe because they do play the guitar, there's a sense of like narcissism in their personality that they think that they have to be at center stage at all times. It's the guitarist, yeah. And as a singer, it's difficult because as a singer, you're kind of like the frontliner. You're the spokesperson. You have to be in the front all the time. So it was me clashing with the guitarist, and there wasn't any like verbal drama, but it was like me not enjoying the music because as a guitarist in a band, a lot of times you're kind of playing the accompaniment part of the songs, right? Or you get a guitar solo somewhere if we decide to write it in. But this guy was always playing the main melody. He was like lead melody. He didn't know how to play riffs. He didn't know his chords. And so it was me trying to match him when songwriting. And I was counter melody. I was doing a counter melody on top of whatever his guitar solo was throughout the entire song. And even though it sounded okay, it was so difficult to match because he wasn't trying to match anybody else. And it was like me and the drummer and everyone else trying to match the guitar. So it really didn't work out. And the guitarist always had a problem with the drummer. I don't know why. I thought the drumming was fine. I thought that our drummer was great. And nobody said anything to the guitarist, but I think we all felt it. Like we all felt that energy that nobody really liked him. And so after that, we kind of just disbanded. It was more like the drummer one day was just like, I can't do this anymore. He was just like, I'm done. I'm gone. I'm leaving. Because he's already in another band. He has his own band. He was just kind of helping out with ours because it's so difficult to find a drummer. And then eventually he was like, the guitarist doesn't even like my ideas. He doesn't even like what I'm doing. When in fact, like everybody else didn't like what the guitarist is doing. And then it was really difficult for us to find a bass guitarist as well. They're absolute Luddites. Luddites? What is that word for some reason? Yeah, they're... I don't know. Back in the day, I think it was like something about like back in the day, guitarists have narcissistic tendencies, behaviors. I don't know. It wouldn't have worked out anyway. And then like eventually I was like, oh, maybe I could just find another band to join. But like everybody I know are singers or guitarists. And there's nobody I know who are drummers or bass guitarists. The only bass guitarist I knew was my sister, but she just started out. So there was no way she could. It was really difficult for her to contribute to a band in a band setting. Because most of the time we're doing improv. They're obsessed with old technology and hate new technology. You think so? With guitarists? Maybe. The guitarist should just be a solo artist? I think so too. I don't know what happened with them. People start guitar because they want to be the main character, not because they're creative. Yeah, that's what I've noticed. That's what I've noticed too, because they think like the guitarist is really cool, and like, yeah, guitarists are really freaking cool. But you gotta get rid of your main character energy if you want to play in a band. At the end of the day, it's like working in a group project. It's a collab effort. Even as the lead singer, you can't just be like, let me just randomly start singing like a melody out of the blue and have everybody match me, because that's not how it works, right? Like you need to have and share the same vibe as everyone else in the group for it to work. One day. Maybe one day. I did talk to my sister about it though, because I was like, hey, you wanna one day start a band together? And she's like, yeah. And then she stopped playing the bass guitar, and then she started playing more piano, which is fine. My sister's so good at the piano, by the way. She plays almost every day, and it was really easy for her because the piano was like literally right beside her desk. Like we shared a piano. And there's a reason why I stopped playing piano, is because the piano is right beside her, and when she is at her computer, right, it's beside her computer, and I can't just like walk up to her and start playing the piano while she's like working or something or playing games. Make a band like One Direction, all singers, like a girl group. Could. I know a lot of singers that might be down for that, but at the same time they're busy. They're not like me, who is unemployed. I can only do things that I do because I am unemployed, and I don't have anything going on for me outside of commissions and whatnot. This month's really busy though. I was talking to Isaac, and he's like, you want to work on some other stuff together? And I'm like, no. I can't. I literally can't. I have so much work to do. I'm also working with I'll just say it now because it's not a secret. I'm also working with Box, who's also another producer, and I just told Box, I was like, let's just take our time with this, because you're working full time. I am busy with commissions. We'll just take things slow. You keep yourself more busy than 9-to-5 people. That's what happens when you don't get paid a salary. Like, you gotta find other methods of, you know, paying your bills and stuff. And I'm like, if I need to pay bills, I gotta find a way to, you know, make the payment. I only have myself to rely on. It's the only way. Because no one else is gonna be like, here, you know, take a portion of my commission bonus from sales, right? Like, I'm no longer working in a tech job anymore. I can no longer just chill at home and be like, yeah, let me just take a 2-hour break from work and just play TFT or something and expect money to come into my bank, right? Now I have, like, I do realize that companies usually are a lot more lax, just because a lot of times they do prioritize work culture and making sure that everyone is happy and satisfied at work. So they're like, we don't care what you do at work as long as you finish your working time, and they don't like overworking us either. So it was definitely a lot easier working a 9-to-5, because I could be like, let me just take a call now, let me just schedule my meeting here, right? Once I'm done with my meeting, I'll take like an hour break, and I'll just, you know, I was working from home, so I'm like, let me just play one game of TFT and then go back to work. I can't do that anymore. Now I'm like, shit, I gotta grind. I gotta grind. I got bills to pay, and I don't get paid as much. I recently got unemployed. I got sick after only 3 shifts and had to take 3+ weeks off. The flu kicked my ass and got me fired. Damn. That really freaking sucks. Employment is a curse. Suffering from success. I hope you feel better, Cosmos. It sucks being unemployed. Like, I've been there. At the same time, a part of me wanted to quit for like a really long time. I was working at my company for like 5+ years. And I hated what I was doing. Like, I'm an introvert, guys. I'm an introvert. I hate talking to people, but my job requires me to handle clients a lot and schedule meetings. And plus, since I've worked at the company for like 5 years, I was the product expert, the product expert, the product knowledge expert. I was doing a lot of onboarding for not just clients, but also like new employees as well. And that requires me to schedule meetings and talk to people a lot. And I'm like, I hate this. Can I just not talk? And like I've been like a creative person my entire life. Like, I took music, I did art, and then now I'm here like talking to clients and getting yelled at by clients and like making sure that people are doing their jobs and training them properly and whatnot. So after that, I got promoted to like tech writer, which was a lot better because it means that even though I am still onboarding like internal employees, but I was no longer really, actually I lie, I was gonna say I was no longer talking to clients, but people kept trying to schedule me into meetings with clients because they're like, hey Ark, you're the only person who knows exactly what this feature does, so can you talk to the client for me please? And then I'd be like, this is not part of my job. Why am I'm not getting paid to do this. And then we got acquired, and then we had to learn more products and stuff, and I was like, this is too much. And so after our entire department got laid off, I was like, yes, freedom. Yes, I could finally leave. So it was kind of great. And then one of my old managers popped up on LinkedIn, and they were like, hey, got a job for you doing the exact same thing as you did before. And I was like, nah, I'm good. No, thank you. I don't want to do this anymore. So even though I'm grinding extra harder by not, having a 9 to 5 to sustain myself, I do feel a bit more satisfied. But it means that I don't have time to play games anymore. I'm just streaming and then working on commissions and then going to sleep, and every day I do the exact same thing. Is there a Discord that I can join? Yeah, actually. Let me bring it up. Yeah. I'm really slow with this because I don't really have chat up, like a chat that I can use. There we go. That's the Discord. Also, it's Sentience, not Cosmos. Sentience it is then. Cosmos Sentience. What extra sucks is that I hadn't had a job for an entire year until then. Finding a job nowadays is incredibly difficult. I suggest not even looking through job boards. Don't do it. If you want my advice, right? I've worked with recruiters before, and recruiters have told me that these days, I mean, like several recruiters, not just one, like several recruiters have told me that every day they get like 100 applicants. And their inboxes are always full, and there's no way they're gonna get through all of them. And sometimes they don't even bother looking. They don't look through job boards anymore. So what I've heard is the best tactic for landing a job these days is actually going on LinkedIn, look at who's working at the company. I guess you can message the recruiter themselves, but the best and the cheat method is to message another person on the team who's not a recruiter. So like the product manager, or just a manager or another employee, because what that person is going to do is that you send them your CV or your resume, and that employee is going to take a look at it, and they're like, well, I'm not the recruiter, I can't do anything with this. So they're going to be like, hey, let me just forward your CV and resume to HR or to our recruiter, right? And by doing that, you're skipping over that line of job applicants, the hundreds and hundreds of job applicants that they have in the system, and going directly to HR or the recruiter through that employee. So it's so much. I wouldn't say it's you're definitely gonna land a job that way, but you are. It's a better method. I sent my resume to the store managers in my latest job. It really depends on what you are doing, to be honest. I'm just speaking from a tech industry perspective, because that's where I used to work. I used to work in software and whatnot, and big corporations and companies where bots, people would use bots to send applications in job boards, and it's just impossible. It's impossible to get through. So maybe, I think, yeah, directly sending it to store managers would definitely help. But if it's not working, then they probably either don't need someone, or they've already found someone, or you're probably not a good fit. Something along the lines of that, but I don't know. Good luck. Good luck. Getting yourself a backer? What does that mean? What's a backer? There are even AI tools to ask the job boards. Yeah, it's flooded. It's insane. Don't even bother with job boards anymore. It's not worth it. And you gotta make sure that your resume and stuff has to stand out too. Someone actually said, I was listening to a podcast, and they said what got through to them was actually a video. See, the person that they wanted to hire was supposed to be a people's person. A person who is going to be working with and talking to a lot of people. So the person who sent their CV, instead of a regular CV, it was a video of them talking about themselves, right? And it was a very, very well edited video of what they do and how they can help the company. And it's always going to be about the company. It's never about you. So never mention anything about how the company is going to help you along the way and in the future. Always mention how you're going to help the company in the future, and if they were to hire you, what you're going to do for the company. At the end of the day, they don't really care about you. It's really about how can we leverage this person to make our revenue higher, kind of thing. You can't click the check mark on Discord. Why? Let me go on Discord right now. Let me find you. I'll just manually give you the role on Discord. I think that's easier. Blah 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 blah. Let's go in here. Disable this. I actually don't see anyone entering the Discord. And if it's the check mark that you can't click, it's probably the one on Discord side, right? The Discord verification. That I can't really help you out with. I'm just Harness. I actually don't see you on the Discord. Yeah, sorry, I don't see you. Just as a safety feature, Discord has a verification thing. But because I have my own verification as well as the one on Discord, and if Discord isn't allowing you in, actually no, wait, I do see you. Wait, hold on. Wait, I think I can do something about this. So the fact that you're in here is good, which means that I can add you in. Let's find you. There we go. Alright, you're in. You got the default tag. And then there should be a roles channel somewhere if you want access to the other games channels. Welcome. I just recently started studying at the uni and the current state of the job market does not spark much hope. It doesn't seem like it will change by the time I finish. Yeah. I'm so sorry, Jab. I do not like our current education system. I think that a lot of times it's a massive scam. Like, I'm not saying, like, you know, drop out of school. You do learn a lot of stuff from school that will help you in the future, so just keep going. But if you're gonna get a job in your fields, I am not so sure about that, unless it's something like you need a license from it. Right? Like a lot of people who go to uni, ones for doctors, lawyers, that you really need a license for, yeah, that you might actually get a job for. But like if it's something like, I don't know, art history, I don't know. No, don't drop. I said don't drop out of school. Don't drop out of school, guys. I actually dropped out of my school. For me, I had a different reason. I dropped out of my school because I was taking a very general design art program. It was a digital media and art and design, which doesn't really translate well into the real world. And I think on my 3rd year or something like that, I already had a full-time job. And I was like, I can't handle school and this job at the same time. And it doesn't make sense for me to continue because what am I going to do with a degree in like digital media? Like I was thinking the exact same thing as you, Jab. I was going, I don't know if I can find a job in like digital media, because we were doing, it was so general. We were doing like wearable technology, we were doing robotics, we were doing software design, we were doing a lot of coding, game design. There's actually some architectural design as well thrown in there. It was like a mix of everything. It was a very, very general program, and I wouldn't have the experience or the portfolio that would come out of it to be like, hey, hello company, X company, can you hire me because my portfolio is going everywhere. It's not very niche. So I kind of just dropped out and I was like, yeah, let me just keep going, doing what I was doing. I actually had a pretty shitty job in the beginning. I was working in as a machine operator at a factory. So I was working with like EDMs, EDMs? Like the electrical wire cutter and lathing machines and like a whole bunch of machines and whatnot. And then eventually I started learning like design, like AutoCAD and whatnot. I did a little bit of design before I was put into a QA role. So I started QAing parts, like plastic parts and metal parts as a supplier for other companies. I was working on, actually, I could probably say this now, like, you know, Boeing parts, like the airplane? I was working on parts like that. Also like shower heads and whatnot. It's pretty cool. Yeah, CNC machines. It sucked because our machines were like 20 years old and they always need to be calibrated. So the auto calibration didn't work. So I actually had to physically step into the machine. It's one of the most dangerous jobs I've ever had because we didn't really have proper safety equipment. We're dealing with wires and old machines that probably required, you know, maintenance, like more daily maintenance at that point. But nobody was really maintaining them. You were also operating on those machines. It's a interesting job. It gets really loud in the factory. And then they were like, hey, Ark, it's such a waste for you to work in the factory, right? That's why I was moved to QA. And then as a QA specialist, I was also doing delivery. So I was like the delivery manager as well. So I was packaging parts and I was delivering them. And then eventually I was doing such a good job. You're like, let's just put you into administration. So I was doing phone calls. I was at the computers. I was doing payroll. So it was like all the same company, but I was just moving through different departments. Yeah, try flying on a Boeing plane. That's scary. I don't know if I can do it. It was the scariest job that I had because I remember not having the proper gloves and I would like shock myself often. Like, I was constantly touching the coolant, right? And there was like electric going through the water, and I was like, well, I have to somehow get the parts out. So I remember feeling like my entire arm just went into shock. Like, you know, I just felt the shock vibrations going through my arm at one time, and I was like, wow, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. Yeah, and then I started doing payroll, and then I was handling client accounts and whatnot, scheduling meetings with auditors, which is like, auditors are always like having a headache because they're like, there's so much stuff that you guys are missing, and I'm like, well, yeah, I know, but I can't do anything about this. You know, I'm not drinking the coolant. It's for cooling the machines. And then after that, I was pretty much done with that company. And then one of my friends actually was like, hey, can I scout you for customer support and at a tech company? And I was like, yeah, sure. I think I prefer doing that than whatever I'm doing right now. Which I think it was like maybe equally the same, because I realized that I hate working in tech support. And so like I went from that to like, and then I moved up from the company, and then I moved around everywhere, and I started working for the design team, and it just spiraled up at that point. I nearly got killed in a lathe once designed for spinning giant tubes for electrical transformers. The foot pedal had to be held down for paint can jam. Oh my god, that's scary. Those things go super friggin' fast too. Damn. And machines are scary, guys. Machines are really freaking scary. Like at some point, I'm kind of glad that we have robots doing things for us now, and some of them don't really require much like manual operations. I don't know. Maybe some people do enjoy doing that, but I don't like the smells and the loud noises and the dangerous parts of those jobs. And it's really boring too, because you're just like replacing parts. You're just like you're watching the machine, make sure it does its thing, and then once it's done its thing, you like take it out and then you replace it with something else. So it's really freaking boring. I work in tech support, it's alright. I never liked it. In the beginning it was like, okay. But then if your product sucks, right, then you have to deal with angry customers all the time. And it's just, I don't know, it's not something for me. It kind of like breaks it makes your mood go down during the day. When the product doesn't work and the customer's mad, and you're asking the dev team when this thing is going to be fixed, and they can't give you an answer, and you have to tell the customer that you can't give them an answer because the dev team doesn't know, but it's going to be soon. You promised them it's going to be soon. That's, the bug's going to be fixed. And then it's just back and forth of like angry people. I'm still in tech support. Man. Good luck out there. It's a tough job. But I do think it's a really good job in order to get into a company. Like, I feel like everybody should start in tech support. Even if you're like working in sales or something. Because you have to know what kind of customers are the ones who are using your product, right? So while working in tech support, I got to know the product a lot. I got to know the customers. I got to know what the company was about. I got to know what our clients' companies were about. And then I started working with, like I was promoted from regular tech support to like senior and managerial tech support, or like a team manager of some sort. And you get to talk with like the big guys of the companies. So that's really fun. I guess it's been a while now, but like I got to talk with like people working in Toyota. And like once you start having that friendly relationship with the clients, they start really liking you a lot, and they're always asking for you. And then if the client likes you, your own company starts liking you too, and then that's how you move up. That's how you move up the ladder in companies, which I'm done with. No more corporations for me, I'm done. Sucks being the face of telling the customer to wait while it's out of your control. Yeah. And sometimes they don't get it. I feel like nowadays more people are starting to understand that like it's out of your hands. There's nothing you can do about it, right? But then you do get like some other people who like they let their emotions control their actions and the way they speak, and it's just really annoying to deal with those type of customers. I always hate it. It's what caused me to start drinking, guys. I had a glass of wine on my desk every single day. I was like, I can't deal with this shit. Every time I was in a call with an egg customer, I'm like, before this meeting, let me just sip on a couple of sips of wine before I start the meeting, and then that's how I get over some of the hardest calls. That sounds terrible. Yeah. And then that became a habit, and it's bad. I had to like get rid of it. How to turn into an alcoholic? Just go into tech support. Wine is really good though. I love wine. It's better than whiskey and rum. People can't keep their inside thoughts as inside thoughts. Yeah. Oh well, that's over with. Good luck for everyone else here who's in tech support. If you enjoy it, good. That's good. Keep doing it. But if you don't, there is a way to get out of there. Because as a person working in tech support, you're the person who knows the most about your clients and your products. So leverage that. Use that as an advantage to push you into other directions, into other departments. Corpo is scary? It is scary, yeah. It is scary. It's scary and it's annoying, and sometimes the mission that the company is trying to aim for doesn't align with your own ethics and morals, and that's what pisses me off. That's what pisses me off sometimes. I'm like, I don't give a shit what this mission is, because it's no longer what I believe in. Especially when your startup company gets acquired multiple times, and then you start hating your new boss, and you're like, I hate whatever this new boss is talking about. He doesn't understand what our product is about. He doesn't understand our customers' pain points, and then you get really pissed off and annoyed, and then like the job itself sucks, and that's when you're like, let me just quit. Or you could just become a VTuber and do art full time to escape customer support. You actually still have to do a lot of customer support as an artist. I think that's what a lot of people miss when it comes to commissions. They're like, oh yeah, let me just work art full time. But then as an artist, right? You still have to talk to clients. You still have to talk to people who commission you, and you still have to make deadlines. And people forget that. I've been seeing a lot of posts on Twitter saying how artists are missing commissions. There's a lack of communication. That's all part of the process, guys. That's all part of the art commissioning, the art industry. You still have to talk to people. You still have to make your deadlines. It's at the end of the day, you have to treat art like a business, and a lot of people forget that it's a business. What you're doing is still a business. Freelance is still a business. And if you don't keep your promises, people are going to stop coming to you for projects. Not if you don't care. I think that if people and artists, if they don't care about their clients, then they shouldn't be taking commissions. Right? At the end of the day, I think everything, if you want to make something work, if you want money from something you do, you still need those communication skills. Communication, guys, is so freaking important. Even though I hate it myself, I hate talking to people, it's still something that has to be done. And what I realize is that communicating through, in art and doing art commissions is way easier than customer support. Imagine talking with people. I know, right? I hate it. If only I had a manager to do all of that for me. And I would love it if one day, this is my dream, guys, this is my goal. One day I make enough money to hire a manager and have my manager do all the communications for me so I don't have to deal with it. Good communication is the greatest problem solver in the world. It is. It is. That's the one thing I realized while working at Corpo, is that I realized that I suck at speaking. And so after not working 9 to 5 anymore, that's the reason why I started streaming. I was like, I gotta work on my communication skills. Even though my 9 to 5 no longer required me to talk to people because I was a writer, I was like, I do think that my communication is suffering a little bit, so let me just stream. Let me stream and learn how to speak more. Would you hire an assistant as well? Probably not assistant. Probably not, just because I feel like to have an assistant, they would have to really understand my style and my workflow. And oftentimes, too often, when I'm working in a team of other artists, they're always wondering what to do. And so that's more communication. I've worked with other artists before on certain pieces, and it's always like, hey Ark, let me know how I can help, right? And then I would tell them what to do, but then the way, I think they're trying to like mimic a certain style of some sort, but I want them to do it in their own way. Does that make sense? Right? Like, at the end of the day, I think if I were to have an assistant, I want them to have their own way of doing things and not try to copy me. But then it's hard because they want to copy whatever I'm doing because they want things to look a certain, like they think I have an expectation of it to look a certain way at the end. Even if I do, I want their process in it, like how they do their own thing. I'm not very like clear with that, but I hope that makes sense. So I'm probably not an assistant. I don't really like working in teams. I don't like talking to people. I don't like group projects. Fellow introverts, anyone else in here in chat would probably know that group projects and collaborations are the bane of our existence. We hate it. Is it 12 yet? Oh, it's 12. It is time for lunch, guys. It's time for lunch. I'm gonna go now. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I'm sorry that my iPad died in the middle of it. I swear I was charging it. What's for lunch? Steamed pork and rice and kimchi. Probably. Something simple. Something simple. Leftovers. I'm just gonna throw it in a microwave and then call it a day. You want the steamed pork? It has mushrooms in it. Are you okay with that? Do you like shiitake mushrooms? Enjoy food? Thank you, I will. I love mushrooms. I could eat mushrooms every single day. And there's so many different types of mushrooms too. Let's right into Yumi. Yumi is playing Dispatch. Let's see how far she's in. Let's go. Alright. Bye, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your night if you're sleeping. And I will be back tomorrow with some Final Fantasy... No, tomorrow is karaoke. Guys, we're doing karaoke tomorrow. Final Fantasy is on Saturday. I'll see you guys tomorrow for karaoke if you're not going to be there. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful rest of the week. And enjoy. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. What's the theme? We don't have one. Christmas. What if we just sang Christmas carols? What if we have 2 Christmas karaokes? What if we have one like in the beginning of December and then we have one at the end of December? I love Christmas carols. I could sing Christmas carols for days. That's what we're gonna do. Bye.